All right. All Access Pass live one-on-one sessions. It is Diane Hockman here with Mr. Raymond E. Williams, Esquire, super genius, and Wiley Coyote. So, what are we working on, Mr. Ray?
Well, I'd like to work on your internet for one.
I know. All that, we all didn't have internet, so my whole vibe is like, yeah, whatever,
Yeah,
whatever.
I'm gonna send you a string can. I have a couple things. They're connected and separate at the same time, but then again, nothing is separate. I
Cool.
I uh I got two businesses. You know what I do for the last 23 years, and I'm now incrementally combining a product,
Hmm.
and I want to find out what is the smoothest way to integrate both of those when you're marketing two at once. Also, if there is a
Also,
time for an also, I'd like to dive just a gram deeper into your mumble for email gathering, if there's
okay.
time.
Cool. Well, the mumble's going to be super relevant to the first question anyway.
Cool.
Um, if I am a chiropractor, my business is adjusting, right? Adjusting your neck, adjusting your back. But if the person's having problems in a certain way, I might recommend them insoles for their shoes, or I might recommend that they get some blood work done, an allergy test, or I might recommend that they take some certain vitamins or a supplement. I'm not pushing it. I'm not humping it. It's not what I do. It's something that I recommend that I make money with. Okay. If I am, well, first of all, I always like to use the example of Victoria's Secret, but right now everybody hates Victoria's Secret. I don't know if you've seen the videos on TikTok. There's a girl who wrote
Uh-uh.
a song, I know Victoria's Secret. It's an old man that lives in Ohio making money off of like, and they talk about how they manipulated all the and I'm one of them because Victoria's Secret's been around for a while to feel bad about themselves so they buy more stuff. So Victoria's Secret is like, being beaten up right now. But I can go to Victoria's Secret because I want to buy something sexy. I can go to Victoria's Secret because I want to buy a sports bra. I can go to Victoria's Secret because I want to buy pajamas. I can go to Victoria's Secret because and while I'm checking out, I buy laundry detergent, which you wouldn't think you'd get laundry detergent there. Or you wouldn't think that they sell a lot of things that you wouldn't think of when you think of the brand Victoria's Secret. But after you're busy being cute in your cute underwears, you probably want to put on sweatpants or a comfortable nightgown. After you're busy looking cute in your cute underwear, you probably want to go to the gym in the morning. So you need workout gear. And they're selling all the secondary and tertiary things that the person would want to go with what their initial reason for coming in the store was. And over time, actually, what's been interesting is some of the sweatpants and different things have become the best seller over when I was young. Victoria's Secret was only lingerie. And now Victoria's Secret has a lot more stuff and they have perfume and they have makeup and they have a lot more. So they sell luggage, right?
Do they?
You don't think of, yeah, they do. And tote bags and all kinds of stuff. So the brand diversified over time because they decided to start offering things and they found out that the clientele was buying those things. So you're a hypnotist. You can recommend in your letters, even in your sessions, in your content that you're on social media, you can recommend anything that you feel goes along with the initial reason they'd come to you, which is hypnosis. The other thing that's interesting is for you, hypnosis, costs a couple dollars. It's a process. And a lot of people will be interested in your content, but they won't be ready to hire you for hypnosis, but they will buy a supplement to increase their clarity, or they will buy a tape to listen to when they go to sleep. They're not ready to invest into a full, series of hypnosis sessions, but they're willing to buy an audio. They're not ready to invest in that full amount, but they will buy something else that you recommend. So that's how, I was just on with somebody doing a consultation and I recommended a postcard service. You wouldn't think, like, based upon what I do, that postcards would be an important part of it, but postcards are a supplementary way to market.
Sure.
So does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's all you do it. If you do it professionally and you do it as a matter of fact thing, as opposed to, now that you're getting some hypnosis, I'm thinking you need some supplements. That would be weird, right?
Very.
It would be weird. But if somebody came in for, just thinking of a million, if I come in for shoes, they can sell me socks, they can sell me inserts, they can sell me bunion pads or whatever. They can sell me the stuff you spray on your shoes to make your shoes not stink. There's lots of things they can sell me to go with my shoes. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. And it goes on everywhere. It's just when we think we're doing something weird or we somehow think it doesn't go together that we have the problem.
That was the problem I was having. And again, it's something new, how do you integrate things,
Well, it's easy in your letters, it's just, I just came across this, or somebody recommended this and I thought I'd try. Like, I sell books from Amazon all the time. I sell lots of stuff that I have an affiliate link for, but I'm just talking about it. I'm not pushing anything. And that's where it really comes down to, is I'm not pushing, I'm recommending, I'm mentioning. And that's what the mumble is. The mumble is when you're on the main topic and then you're like, by the way. So that's saying, I can say, by the way, I'm just looking at things on my desk. By the way, if any of you guys wear readers, these are the cutest. They have every kind of color under the sun. They're called peepers. And I love them. I have probably like 15 pairs and they're really reasonable. Good sturdy glasses. They're not like the kind you get at the dollar store. These are really decent, flexible. So there you go. If anybody wants to buy eyeglasses, let me know. It's very easy to mention things. We do it all day in our lives.
Becoming aware that you're doing that, though. You have such a beautiful talent for mumbling about something, and voila, there it goes.
I just modeled it off of real people in a regular world. If we were having a cup of coffee and I told you I went to see Top Gun Maverick the other night, it would be a normal thing to say. Wow, it was really weird. I went to see Top Gun Maverick and the story picked up where it left off. I was like in high school or in college when Top Gun out. And we talk about the movie. Well, you might decide to go see the movie based upon my experience seeing the movie. That's a very normal thing. Cheesy MLM recommend products every day in your real life. Why not get paid? I'm not talking about that. But I'm just talking about a normal behavior. This is actually a normal behavior. It becomes weird when we start assigning it this meaning and all this stuff. But any recommends QuickBooks, and they charge you for QuickBooks. They make money from it. Nobody thinks it's dirty, right? It's when we get into this place where we somehow think we're doing something weird or disconnected. If something's super disconnected and it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. But if something overlaps, it totally makes sense.
Yeah, there's an overlap of the two separate businesses.
This is what I'm trying to get at with you. It's not two separate businesses. It's one business with two offerings.
Yeah.
Every business that I've mentioned to you, it's one business with more than one offering. And then if you go Walmart or Target, it's one business with thousands of offerings. We're only talking about 2 or 3 here. It's not that sophisticated of a model. Versus when you were a kid, where did you get your shoes?
Buster Brown.
I was just going to say, I knew you'd say it, Buster Brown, right? Because every town had the Buster Brown shoe store because that's where you got kids' shoes. And they were good, sturdy leather shoes. And the guy would put your foot in the little thing, and then he would put the shoes on your foot, and he would press your toe, and he would see if they fit right. And then you'd walk back and forth, and your mom would look at them, and she'd decide if she was in or not, right? That's how it worked.
Mhm.
Where do people get shoes now?
Payless, Walmart.
Yeah, I don't even know if Payless exists anymore, but they get their shoes in shoe warehouse places, big, huge places that have reams and reams and reams and reams of shoes, right? Why did that change? Because people wanted more choice, they wanted more selection, people didn't want the guy hovering over you, people wanted to go to a place where there were a ton of stores. All of this changed, right? And so now we started to have these brands that had thousands of offerings. Remember back in the day, we'll date ourselves here, there was Tom McCann and there was Kinney's. Remember Tom McCann and Kinney's?
Yep.
You sold
Yep.
Tom McCann shoes or you sold Kinney shoes, right?
Yep.
Discount shoe warehouses, how many brands do they sell?
Oh, geez.
Hundreds,
Hundreds.
right? Times have changed and businesses got smart and they realized if they carried more things, they had more profit options. Same thing. You would go to a store, and most often it was a women's store or it was a men's store, and then there were department stores because they realized if the lady was shopping for a dress, she very likely would buy shoes for the kids or something for the kids or a tie for her husband. So they started getting more product in front of the people because if you have traffic, right, whether back then it was foot traffic or today it could be internet traffic, whatever the case may be, if you can monetize that traffic more and each person becomes more valuable, you can provide better service. And that's the way I look at it. If I can sell you 3 things and I'm making a little bit on each one, I can take better care of you. Or if I can sell you one big thing and then 3 auxiliary things, I can give you better care because there's more revenue. More revenue. So it's not dirty, it's not nasty, it's just
No.
common sense.
It's business.
If I'm a hairdresser and you're a person who comes in like you, I'm always bugging you to get a haircut, right? Like, right, get a haircut, dude, get a haircut, right? You're not a regular customer all the time coming in for a haircut, right? If you're a lady that comes in once a month to get a cut and a color, and while you're there, you also get your eyebrows waxed or whatever, you're worth more revenue. Who gets squeezed in faster? Who gets taken care of faster? The person who's worth more revenue.
Money.
More revenue. It's that simple. And it's just business. You know? Business. Now, I go to the nail salon and she's always trying to upsell me. It's like annoying. Don't you need pedicure?
Who's that?
My nails.
Oh, the gal. Yeah.
You know, if I'm not getting a pedicure, if I'm not getting my eyebrows done, or if I'm not, she's always trying to sell me eyelash extensions or something like that because she's trying to make more revenue, but it's annoying. So you want to do it so that it's not annoying.
Yeah, I know how to do it. So I for some reason I was having this problem just integrating it together, and it's silly.
Well,
What
it's
you're,
not
what you're
silly.
saying is what you're saying is common sense.
Yeah, and it's real world. Everything that I ever did in business was based upon real world things that I saw. I got into network marketing, and what they were telling me to do made no sense. Because, I mean, other than mall kiosk, which is a whole different thing, but I would walk down 13th Avenue as a kid. Nobody jumped out of the store and asked me if I was open. You know, like nobody chased me. Nobody followed me. What they did was they created displays in their windows that caused you to go, ooh, that's nice, and you'd walk in the store. So when I saw a lot of the models or the idea of only selling one thing, well, name me a store anywhere, any place that only sells one thing. Doesn't exist.
No.
Doesn't exist. So I just looked at certain things and I said, those don't make sense to me for the real world. I was building a business that was a real world business, and I applied real world principles.
So let me ask you this. You suggested whether I'm doing a video or just promoting my business. Are you always looking for a way to promote both products? Both, well, one's a service, one's a product.
I'm always looking for ways to promote things, but I'm doing it conversationally or like, for example, I was doing a training this morning. I don't know how many products I took during a training in front of people this morning, right? I'm just doing a training and I'm like, hey, let me just take these real quick. I'm promoting by having it in front of me, right? Or I'm telling a story about somebody that's using something, or I'm telling a story about, I'm just constantly exposing. And think about it. When you go into a store, they put everything out and they expose you. You and I walked through stores before. I went to Macy's and you tried on that wackadoo jacket a couple of years ago.
Yep.
It was Christmas time. And you were looking for a suit or something. And you didn't like the stuff that they had in there, but you tried on this like leopard skin lounge lizard crazy jacket. I have pictures of it, right? So think about it. They put that out to expose the right person, right? You're not the right person for a lounge lizard leopard skin jacket, okay? So that's why it was so much fun to take those pictures on you, because you're pretty much the man in black, pretty classic type of dude. But they put it out to expose someone to it. They put out all kinds of things. You know me, I love high heels. I just can't walk in them or wear them for any period of time. But golly gee willikers, do I want to try on all the high heels? Hoping that I find one that's comfortable. It's an oxymoron, comfortable high heels. And then what happens is I try on the thing that is the fantasy, and then I go, I don't think so, and I go get something that makes sense. $700 pair of shoes, they're so beautiful, but I'm going to get these over here that are $39.99. Okay, so the expensive thing actually can also become the primer for the real thing you want them to buy. So somebody comes and they're really talking about hypnosis, but they don't want to invest any money into themselves. That conversation about hypnosis could actually make them go buy some tapes and supplements because they're not ready to go there. So they buy something else to feel better. It's just
Makes sense.
How many times we go to a car dealership, we look at the most beautiful car. Why do they always put in the showroom the best car, right? You're like, oh my God, it's beautiful. It has fine Corinthian leather and it's red and it's sexy. And it looks so good in it. And I sit in it and then I go, and it's $102,000. I think I'll go look at this one, right? But it's created a contrast, and that contrast makes me more likely to see value in the one that's $49,000. Isn't that messed up?
I mean, psychologically, I get it, but yeah, it's pretty messed up.
I'm just always talking about stuff. But it's really simple to put it in the bottom of a letter in your signature file. It's really simple you can also just do it separately. If it's a product that's appropriate to do separately, just do them separately. Let them overlap a little bit, but do them separately. Like I don't really bring my MLM heavily into my home business training business, but they do overlap because people like me and I tell them about it, but I don't heavily, kind of portray them together.
You kind of do one of these.
Yeah, I mean, it's who I am, it's what I do. But if somebody already has an opportunity and they're looking for training, I don't want to shove that. And if somebody is in my MLM, I can't shove the other stuff at them because it's not compliant. So I have to, I have to kind of have two different arenas.
Yeah,
but
I didn't want the two different arenas.
Well, you don't have to have it, or you can have it. It just depends. And again, it always comes from what's best for the customer, what's best for the prospect. What's best for them. If a person already has an opportunity and they come to me to learn how to generate leads for that opportunity, telling them about my opportunity is not best for them. Okay. No. If a person is already taking supplements and I have supplements, telling them about my supplements like directly is not best for them. I will expose them, but I'm not going to push that thing on them. If somebody comes in and says, I'm looking for a dress, I'm not going to show them new jeans. Now they might pass the jeans and go, oh my God, those are cute because I exposed them. But I'm not going to go, they come in and they go, I'm looking for a dress for a wedding. Great. Look at these jeans. They're the hottest new ones this season. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? But I might put them on display. I might have them somewhere where they'll see them. So if I'm marketing a supplement, I'm not going to try to convince all the supplement buyers to get hypnosis. If I'm marketing hypnosis, I'm not going to try to get every single person to use the supplement, but I will expose both of them. I just had this conversation with the session I did before with Sabrina. Sabrina's an accountant, but she and her husband run a marketing agency. So I want them to know, because of the credibility, that I'm an accountant, but I'm not trying to sell the agency people accounting. And on the flip side, I'm not trying to sell the accounting people home business agency advertising marketing. But I'm both. Both.
So you're just kind of doing a dance, what you're saying then.
Yeah, I'm focusing on the person. Like if somebody's talking to me and they're telling me they're having an issue that I know something I have can potentially solve, I'm going to tell them about it, but I'm not going to ram it down their throat.
Okay, that makes sense. Trick is remembering it now. I like you, by the way. That's good.
Yeah, the mumble is always, and it doesn't have to be the words by the way, but I'm always exposing. Well, hey, I got to go. If anybody's interested, I'm doing a webinar tonight at 8:00 on blank. Let me know. I'll get you the link. Okay, that's a promotion to the webinar that maybe I'm selling something in. Or you know what? Hang on a second, Ray. I'm just going to make this real quick. Just my energy drink I want to take. I'm feeling droopy, right? And I make the drink. And then you go,
maybe I was around New York too long, but you know what? I don't know. I'm looking at, I go, wait a minute. I know what she's doing.
But here's the thing. I'm really doing it. I'm not doing it like guess what? What time is it now? It is 7:30. I am not going to drink this now. Right? So I'm not going to make this now. I'm not going to make believe I'm making it now. It's 7:30. I'll be up all night if I drink this now.
Right.
See, but I might say, you know what? By the way, sidebar, my roast beef came out phenomenal. Phenomenal.
So I was wondering.
So this is a sleep product. So I might say, we're going to wrap up soon. I'm going to pop a couple of these. So by the time we're finished, I'm ready to go to bed. But that's because I'm going to pop them because I want to be ready for bed. So I'm not being fake. I'm just exposing.
Makes sense.
And that's if you want to have them coexisting. You also could go to work on one thing and go to work on the other thing. Then it really is two things.
Yeah, two things. Becomes a lot of juggling then,
I agree. And so the bottom line is, I'm Ray Williams. I'm a master hypnotist. I also, sell supplements that I think help people. Ta-da! Whatever it is. My name's Diane Hoffman. I'm a home business trainer. I help people with their home businesses. I also have a thriving home business of my own. If you're looking. That's it. My name's Johnny Smith, but we also sell a full line of shoe inserts because a lot of chiropractic issues come from the way we're. That's it.
Uh-oh. You freezing.
Uh-oh. Wouldn't be a session without freezing. Hold on. Am I gone?
No, you're limping along.
I'm limping along.
You're limping.
So I think the biggest problem is the thinking about it. I just don't, I could go hiking and swimming. I could eat pizza and hot dogs. I could, you see what I'm saying? I could like the ocean and the mountains. Yeah. Like if I said to you, I want to go to Key West and then I want to go to the Rocky Mountains. People do that.
Yeah, they do.
It's just us hesitating on talking about something that is normal.
Can't
Don't
hesitate.
hesitate on it. It's the line
Nope.
I keep teaching you guys. I don't need to sell any particular thing to any particular person today, but I know I will sell something to someone. What that means is I'm not trying to push any particular thing on any particular person. Like, I don't see you're my target, okay? But I'm not trying to sell any particular person a particular thing, but I'm always looking to sell something today. And it's like it's a counterintuitive energy, but it's powerful. I'm always looking to see who's looking to buy something that I'm selling, but I'm not trying to sell you anything. It's a very consumer centric. If I go into DSW, the shoe store, do they have the intent to sell me shoes?
Of course.
Do they need to sell me any particular pair of shoes in that store?
No.
No, because they have tons of choices. But they laid them all out and they put little benches so I can try things on because they have the intention of selling me a pair of shoes. But they don't sell me anything in particular. And if I walk out the door, does anybody chase me into the parking? I'm in Plainville, Connecticut here. I'm just thinking about being in that store and having somebody come out and go, wait, I didn't buy any shoes. You know what I mean? Like nobody does that. They don't need to sell any particular pair of shoes to any particular person, including me today, but they know they're going to sell a lot of pair of shoes. And that's Walmart. That's Costco. You got what one is it? You don't go to Costco. You go to what's the other one?
Sam's.
Okay. Sam's. Okay. Are you frozen? Okay. They don't need to sell you anything in particular in that store, but they know damn well you're not walking out there without spending a couple $100. There's no way you can walk out of that store without spending a couple $100. So, but they don't care. They don't care if you buy a huge bag of lettuce or a, air compressor. They don't care which one you buy. They don't care if you buy a dozen grapefruit or whether you buy a big, huge jug of pickles. They don't care which one you buy. They just know you're going to buy something.
Yep. Actually, Sam's a good analogy, really. What the only difference is with their store, everything's laid out and it's self-selling. Well, you go and you pick it yourself. Mm-hmm. With what we do, we have to cleverly lay it out in a way that's kind of.
Yeah, but the layout is writing a letter talking about, it depends on what you want to sell. It's telling a story, or I recommended a product to one of my clients because they were having difficulty with this, and this. Lo and behold, they had a dramatic change, and now the hypnosis sessions are so much more effective. Whatever it may be, but that it's telling stories. So Sam's is telling stories by letting you touch and feel and look at and hold. Right.
Good point. Yep.
We're telling stories by telling stories. It's the same thing. It's just that we're like, same thing. When I go, you know what, hang on a second, let me just make this really quick or I'm going to fall asleep during this session, right? This is a story. This is a drink that I drink that gives me energy. I'm not telling that story at night because that story doesn't make sense. Just like Costco or Sam's does not put out Christmas trees in May because that story doesn't make sense. Right? What are they putting out now? The Christmas stuff is starting to come out. Halloween and Christmas stuff is starting to come out. They're not selling patio sets yet. I mean, maybe in Vegas it makes sense, but in the rest of the world it doesn't. It doesn't make sense. So me talking about sleep products in the morning or energy products in the evening or income opportunity to people that came to me because they already have one and need help, that doesn't make sense.
So put it out there in a way that gels, is what you're saying.
In a way that makes sense, or in a story format. I bet you anything I could sell a patio set right now, even though we're going into the end of the season, if it were positioned properly. But generally speaking, if we go with the flow of what people are thinking about, you've taken class on sales cycles. If we go with what they're thinking about, like right now, I would be doing, kids are back in school. We got a few months before the holidays. It's time to work on you. It's true. It's September. We got October, middle of November, 6-week program. Voila. Because what are they thinking? Holidays are out there. Summer's over. Here's that window of time. I'm running a special because of this.
Makes sense. Thank you. What I wanted to actually, what inspired my second question is one of these I think you did yesterday.
Mhm.
I want to take it a step further. And again, it's about the mumble again. Okay. I get how you go out there, walk the block. I get how you look up. You laid it very clear how you get into someone's friends list. Who do I have Okay, that's fine. Can you take that a step further? Of course, where I've done rather well with it, but for a while it seems like not so good anymore. Conversations, blah blah blah. Then I'll message him. By the way, I'm a hypnotist. Got a newsletter about mind and how to use more of your mind. Let me add you to your newsletter. At one point, I had 100% closing. Now, not so much.
But let me ask you, how many people have you asked recently?
Well, recently, I haven't done jack poop since I've been back from Miami. So,
But I mean, even before that, because sometimes we think it doesn't work anymore. And sometimes it's us. It's the way we're oscillating, or it's the way we're tentative in when we're asking. Uh, or there's a lot of factors to it. And I always joke with you because you shared a little bit with me about your illustrious past when you were a young man out sowing your wild oats. And there's always a nuance when you're meeting a woman. There's a nuance. One wants to hear this, one wants to hear that, one wants to, it depends on who she is. So it's not a one size fits all. So if we constantly go in with the same, by the way, because that's what people look for. By the way, I'm a hypnotist and I have a great newsletter about all things. Okay. One, you haven't been writing a lot. So you actually asking someone to join your newsletter when you haven't been doing anything for your readers. By the way, I'm not criticizing because I was just writing a letter now because I haven't written my list. Right? I've been delinquent. So if you don't have anything good for them, or you haven't been writing, or you haven't been taking care of this, your energy when you invite someone is not going to be right. Your energy is not going to be right.
True.
So then you get, you don't get the result you want. You also don't do the numbers that you should do. And then additionally, have you met new people? Have you met lots of new people? Because a lot of people are interested in what you do. Are you creating content? So it's like a big bundle of energy that you teach about all this type of stuff. If I'm not doing what I need to be doing, then I'm reluctant to do what I need to do. It's like a vicious cycle. Follow? So when we talk about taking it one step further, it's a lot of people will ask me for the next line or the next part of the script. But if I were to say to you, here's the exact script to pick up a chick, you'd be like, well, you can't always use that one. They're going to know, right? You can't use the same one. Oh, what's the old on the Flintstones, with eyes as black as frying pans? He was making a poem for Wilma. If you always use the same thing, I love your outfit, it's really hot, whatever, right? And you said that to every woman, it's not gonna land with every woman, because some of them, you could tell by the way they're walking, the outfit was important to them. What are you gonna do? Say that to somebody who's in sweatpants? It's cute. They're like, what do you mean you love my outfit? I look like a wreck. You can't. It's the same in this process. You have to learn how to read a person, and you know how to read a person better than most anybody I've ever met.
A little bit.
So it's the same thing here. I'm looking to read them. What are they looking for? What are they looking for? What are they looking for? And
Bingo.
that's the key to an opt-in, offering something that they want. Now, in my case, I make me the thing they want. I make it so that I am valuable. I'm putting out enough content. I'm visible enough that they want me. They want to hear from me. But if I didn't have that going on, I would have a free report, or I would have a, an ebook, a report, a PDF, a video series, whatever. The science of your subconscious mind, 4 video series to explain to you exactly why you do what you do and why you can't do what you want to do, or something like that. And it's 4 videos, you with your whiteboard, and you're going through, here's how it gets in there, and this is why this happens. 4 or 5 minute videos. Great giveaway.
That is a good giveaway.
And it's something that you do every day, because every client you sit with, you pull out Mr. Whiteboard and you do the same exact drawing, and you explain how we get anchored to certain things in the past and how we become resistant and how we have to neutralize the memories in order to release or to get rid of the nervous habit or whatever habit we have, that the overeating, the smoking, the nervous, whatever. It's attached to a memory. If you did a 3 videos, whatever series on that, people would sign up for that. People sign up for that. And it's nothing other than turning on Zoom, taking out your board, and doing what you always do. Because people constantly say to me, I really want to do this, but I don't know why I can't. I mean, it's what you're saying to me right now. Everything you're saying makes so much sense. But now I have to remember it. Or now I have to this it, or now I have to that it. What we're doing is moving it away from ourselves, because there's something inside of us that we have a negative connotation or a doubt or a fear. And so we move that thing that's so simple away from ourselves.
You've seen me do this before, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I forget.
Yeah. So, if I'm selling here, products here, right? I'm selling this product and the lighting's bad so people can't see what it is. If you want to know, ask. There you go, right? Right? I'm selling this. I'm talking about issues, cognitive adaptogen blend. It sounds so fancy, right? I'm talking about issues surrounding what this could fix or what this could help somebody with. If I'm talking about hypnosis, I'm talking about issues that people are plagued with that hypnosis can help them with. If I'm promoting this energy drink, I'm talking about the issues that people have that this energy drink would help them with. If I'm talking about bubbles, right? There's my bubbles. I'm talking about bubbles, it can make more fun and the kids could have a good time. And then if I go, that makes so much sense. Kids love bubbles, but I wouldn't know what to say. That's a blockage.
Yeah.
That's the blockage. Because we all know bubbles are fun. We all loved bubbles when we were kids, unless you drank a bottle of them and then you're like, maybe have a problem with them. But generally speaking, we think it's cool. So the simple answer is to take out the damn bubbles and blow one. The simple answer is to take the product and create a story so you can share it. The simple answer is to use the iPhone, like the GPS. When you first got your phone, you were a little reluctant to use a GPS. And you said, no, I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that, until you used the GPS. And then you went, this is pretty cool.
I use it all over now.
The simple answer was to use the GPS, because you lived a life without GPS. GPS is what astronauts had or whatever. So you lived a life without a GPS. So you resisted the GPS when it was really simple, because all you had to do is put in the address. So if I lived a life without making money in a home business, and somebody shows me a simple process to make money in a home business, but I have fear or doubt, or I lived a life without it, I'm going to push that simplicity away. So people listen to me all the time and they go, oh my God, that's so easy. And then they don't do it. Are they bad people? Are they rotten people? Are they stupid people? No.
It's human.
They're people that have some type of blockage in there that's telling them why it's not for them. And we all do this. I look at things all the time. And I go, no, not for me. Parasailing in Florida. That looks great. Not for me. Right? Now, why? I'm not afraid of heights. I've been on rides that simulate that feeling. Probably be nice. I like going out on the water. I like boats. Why do I instantly go no? Fear, unknown. We do it all the time. That's not for me. That's not for me. It's not for me.
Called being human.
Yeah, and the simple answer is to do. Like, I bet you anything, if I went parasailing, I probably would have liked it. And I'd probably want to go again and again. When I didn't go parasailing, so I will be avoiding it again, right? Mm-hmm. And also too, like, you know, body things, you know, like, what if I'm too big? What if this? What if that? You know, stuff like that. It's all of this stuff is rolling around in your head from the past. And the industry sells us the secret magical, the step-by-step system and the magical script that's going to open, you know, and then we get in and there is no step-by-step system and there is no magical script.
Sounds good though.
Sure does. And it attracts employee-minded people. You're not employee-minded.
You think? You think not? I think not.
The other simple answer is to buy leads or generate leads that are specifically looking for something up that alley.
I don't mind buying leads.
You know, like there's products that they sell for memory and stuff like that on TV. I bet you anything you could buy a list of people that purchased that product or inquired about a product like that. You know, they have an interest in that type of thing. I bet you anything right now, you could buy a list of people that have bought hypnosis tapes or hypnosis information.
Never thought of that.
You can buy data on almost anything.
That's right. You can buy it subject specific. I forgot about that. Okay.
So you know the person's already predisposed. You know, if like I get a lot of stuff about cruises because I take cruises, so people buy my data and send me information about deals on cruises because I'm predisposed to go on a cruise.
Yeah, I remember the generic leads, but I also forgot about buying them category specific.
You can buy buyers of almost anything under the sun.
Really?
With additional demographics too. Buyers of this type of product with an income over this much in this region or in this zip code or yeah, for sure. For sure. You're an old phone man.
You think?
The only problem today is that people don't answer their phones. So you got to have a good message and then drive around, you know. People don't answer their phone. Like, you know, used to call during dinner time. Like people, like my mother, God forbid my phone rings and I don't answer it. Like, and I can see it's like a unknown number, telemarketer or something. Aren't you going to answer it? Aren't you going to answer it? I'm like, no. My kids don't answer their phone at all. Well, my mother can't imagine not answering the phone. It could be Johnny. He's coming home from the war. You know, I don't know.
I was the guy bugging your dinner back in the day.
Yeah. So it's hard. That's why I always find you funny. You get 4 million telemarketing calls and you answer them a lot of times. And they're like, why are you answering those calls? I don't know. It's an old habit, right? Just got to hear the pitch or whatever the thing is.
Yeah, there is no pitch today. It's ridiculous. No. Kids.
Well, you know, my friend Joe works on phones calling leads. And they're pre-scheduled, so they expect him to call.
Yeah.
But it's very controlled today because literally you're on a computer. Well, you have a friend who works in a call center, not sales, but it's very controlled. It's very monitored. They're measuring everything.
Mhm.
You know, back in the day, you'd jump on the phone. There'd be 20 guys in a room around the table smoking cigarettes, making, not you,
Cigarettes.
making dials, with a cup of coffee laced with whatever they have in there. Uh, I worked in a phone room once for like a week.
Did you really?
Yeah.
What'd
In
you
Hopewell,
sell?
in Hopewell Junction, believe it or not.
No kidding.
No kidding. It was a donation thing, where you donate to. Might have been one of the deals like you did. It might have, I can't even remember. It might have been one of those, the police PBA selling tickets to something or something like that.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
remember
did.
it was like literally a room with folding tables and folding chairs and phones. That was
Yep.
it. Walked in, I was like, this is it. But I couldn't do it. Wasn't my jam. I'm an incoming salesperson. I'm not an
Yeah.
out. Never have been.
Well, it wasn't fun, but definitely back in the day, the money was worth it.
Yeah. I mean, I think for anybody, if you can become mechanical about it and you're not getting emotional or taking it personally, I had too many emotions about it. Somebody said, well, how'd you get my number? I'm like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to bother you.
Uh,
I'm just doing a job. I'm 17. I'm just trying to make extra money.
Now, when I got asked that, I got humor saying, guess what? The same place. If you open up your phone book, you'll see it also. Didn't like that too much.
No.
Well, you're a wealth of information in a short period of time.
If you do one of these again with me, I mean, we're always talking. The very best process, like this is cool, but it's theory. The very best sessions are when you actually do something and try it, because then you have a specific question about a process. So, for
Mhm.
example, I wrote a letter, I included this, and I didn't get any clicks. Or I wrote a letter and somebody wrote me back something, asked me why I was selling that. Or I did a Facebook Live and I mentioned that secondary product, and this is what happened. So because the angles and the processes, they have to be learned in the actual, like, how'd you get good on the phone? You made phone.
So, an experience specific, then, sure.
Yeah. So the idea of the mumble is cool. Go do 10 mumbles this week in media or in letters or in social media, and then watch what happens. And then you ask a question. You posted, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. I need Ray E. Williams.
Don't forget that E.
So you posted, are you seeing things as they really are? The mind can play tricks on you with bad programming. Hypnosis will reprogram the bad patterns. Okay, and you had is that Dali, or who is that with the three eyes?
Dolly.
Yeah, Dali.
Or
Okay,
Dolly, how do you say
so,
it?
so you posted that, and that's cool, but there was no call to action. There was no this week only free discovery session or whatever you call
As
it.
I hit the button, I thought, yep, nothing on there.
Well,
If I hit it any.
you can edit posts or delete them and repost them. It's a good image. But so everything that you do, right? When you do it, you learn. So you did this post. This is great, but if I read it and I didn't know who you were, I wouldn't know that you offer hypnosis. So it just
True.
sounds like hypnosis. Well, okay, cool. Let me go Google a hypnotist. And you're going to lose business that way because the people don't know you do hypnosis,
So,
right?
what's a good, give me a hypothetical call to action on a post?
It could be for that post. It
Yeah.
might be today only, offering free consultation. If you book today and speak to me by the end of the week, I'll give you a free consultation to see if hypnosis could be for you. Plus, if you had a report or a tape or something to give them, it would be a bonus.
Okay.
But this post, as cool as it is, doesn't tell me that's what you do.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right. Is
So
ask me how a call to action?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I like the image a lot. I might have just changed the copy to the mind can play tricks on you with bad programming. Uh, in my years of being a hypnotist, I've noticed that most people aren't seeing things as they really are. If it's time for you to see clearly, blank, schedule a consultation with me or message me or ask me how to do that. So I might rewrite it because what I want to do is position it. What I'm looking to see, this is good what we're doing right now because this is actually based upon your work.
Hmm.
What we're trying to do is cause the person to go, I wonder if hypnosis would make a difference, right?
Yeah.
You want them to have that internal, like if I'm holding up this product, and again, the lighting is bad, people can't see it, but it's a product for mental clarity, right? Emotional stuff. If I'm talking about the product, my job isn't to sell them or ram them or tell them the ingredients have like lipo something, 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 whatever in it. My job is to make them go, I wonder if that would help my blank. Because the first thing when I heard about this product was I thought, I wonder if that will help me. I have ADHD like symptoms. I wonder if that would help me. I'm already pre-sold on trying it if the price is right and it fits in because I have an issue and the marketing made me wonder, would this help? So if I have an issue and you make a post, if the post makes me go, I wonder if that would help me, your marketing is working. Because the definition of marketing, you have pen and paper? I know you've heard me say this before, but we're going to say it again. The purpose of marketing is to prepare people to buy. So what we're doing is we're opening up their mind to start asking questions about whether this will solve their problem. So if I cause or initiate that conversation in their head, I'm starting to prepare them to buy. Follow?
Follow.
So if we look at, let's see what else you got here. Look at this video later where you talk about the Iceman.
Hmm.
Look at your face. Okay. Okay, so you have one that said, just when it feels like I'm talking to the wind, I get this from a client. Thank you for how you helped me come to terms with the trauma of my past. Yes, I love what I do. Okay, so you've made two errors in this post, not criticism, improvement. Okay, not criticism, because to post anything is better than to not post. So the first one, you kind of negated yourself, the first line, and you said, I'm talking to the air, I'm talking to the wind. In other words, you diminished the importance of what you say.
Hmm.
Okay. And then you said, I love what I do, but you didn't tell them what you do or give them any opportunity to find out about what you do. So a way to write that might be, I just got this from a client. It reminds me why I love being a professional hypnotist. And then their quotes, thank you for how you help me come to terms with the trauma of my past. And then after that, you could say, very often the behaviors that you're having today that are causing problems in your life are based upon traumas that we had in our childhood. Take a consultation with me, and I can usually pinpoint that in one session. See, that's sexy. I got to find out what it is. And it's true, you can. Generally speaking, when you talk to someone, you can kind of tell where their issue is. So now we took a post that said, nobody's listening to me, and then I finally get this, and I really love what I do, to one of my clients just said this. Just by saying one of my clients, it tells them you do something. That's what they said, and it reminds me why I love being a professional hypnotist. And then you link trauma from their past to the difficulty today. And then tell them that you can pinpoint it fast. Now that post becomes a marketing machine. You see the difference?
Yeah, big difference.
I'm establishing myself. I'm establishing my authority. They know I'm a professional hypnotist. They know I have clients. The client is happy. I'm telling them why they're having trouble today and telling them that I often can pinpoint their issue. Where they're sitting around trying to figure out what's wrong with it. How many times has somebody said, what is wrong with me? Why do I keep doing, what is wrong with me? Why can't I do this? You're telling them, I'm going to talk to you once, I'll tell you what's wrong with you. Who doesn't want that? Everybody does. All right.
Yeah, I'm a little deficit on the call to action, I admit.
Just takes practice, you know?
Well, not going to why, but back in the day, I just had to put up a client's testimonial and people be private messaging me. So kind of changed.
Well, no, so that testimonial was vague. That's why you needed to beef it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But it didn't give a specific result. Like it was just helping me get past childhood trauma. Now, the terms childhood trauma are becoming very popular right now. I told you, everybody's talking about healing trauma. But that thing didn't say I quit smoking in just 12 days. Or it doesn't say I'm so excited I took off 12 pounds already. There's no concrete result in that particular testimonial. That's why we need to beef the post by saying, did you realize that most of the time when we develop either habits that we're not happy with or fears in adulthood, it's linked to a childhood trauma that we often don't even know happened to us? You have to tell them why the testimonial makes what the point of that testimonial is, because it's not concrete. If it was concrete, like, Ray, thank you so much. In my first month of working with you, I was able to increase my profit by $4,000. That's a concrete result. If they don't give you a concrete result, you have to make it concrete for the reader.
Yeah. It's almost like I didn't want to throw too much out there, but as a result of not want to throw too much out there, I didn't throw anything out there.
So let me give you another one. So this one you put, on top of being a hypnotist, I have to become a proficient marketer as well. This has infinite possibilities, gonna make it fun. Now, right here, you could sell, there's an assortment of things that you could sell here with this same picture with different copy. I've been a professional hypnotist for over 20 years, but I've decided that I want to become a proficient marketer as well, because I always love getting new clients or I always love helping new people. If you're a professional and want to learn how to market your business better, hit me back. I probably have some training for you. You could sell them marketing.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Or you could also say, on top of being a hypnotist, I've been focusing on becoming a professional marketer as well. I'm doing double duty, so I'm making sure I keep my energy up. Drinking this drink to, whatever, to keep me up while I'm burning the midnight oil. So that then you're throwing in a supplement or an energy product or something like that. Or you could say, on top of being a hypnotist, nowadays you have to become a good marketer as well. getting a little older, I don't always have the clarity that I had when I was, back in the day. So I've started taking supplements that help me with that. And you could, that one you could just leave because people will go, "What are you taking?" Right?
Yeah.
That's saying I'm doing double duty. I want to stay sharp.
I like that.
You know. So now you got people going, "What is it?" And then it's easy to say, let me show you, let me give you a link to it. You can try it for 2 weeks and see if it makes a difference for you. It's $40. Boom,
That works.
made a sale. So all of these things that you're posting have more. Okay, you did one with this kooky wild picture. What blocks are you holding on to that no longer serve you? And the picture says the longer you live in the past, the less future you have to enjoy. Right? So I might take that same picture and say, what blocks are you holding on to that no longer serve you? I specialize in helping people neutralize negative effects from past memories that unlock them to new possibilities.
You know, I haven't been doing, this is good. It just hit me. I have not been really adding that much to it because I didn't want to sound like I was just blatantly selling on my post.
Well, these aren't blatant or yucky. They're just putting out there what you do. And I think part of the reason why you feel like you're not closing the way you used to is because I think you've actually gotten less bold than you used to be, and you probably don't realize it. And if we were to go back in time on your timeline, I bet you I could pinpoint that you started to lessen and lessen and lessen the message.
Maybe you give me a session on that, huh?
I'd love to. Not a hypnosis session, but a marketing session. It's funny because now it's late in the session, like we're done here, but I would like to do this with you because this is the type of stuff that's going to make an immediate difference for you. Because you post everything I post and I say has a reason. You're posting. Can I just be straightforward with you? I always am. You know, you don't have a choice.
When I have not been.
You're posting because you think you got to post. You're not posting with purpose. You know what I mean? With an outcome. You're just making a post because I'm supposed to post. If you actually thought about the outcome of your post before you made it, you could reword it and they become very effective.
Well, the very next post I do, I'm going to think of our little chat and I want you to look at it.
For sure. But what I want you to do is post it first and I'll look at it after. We can always edit it. But don't wait for me to look at it. Post it.
No.
And
yeah. I'm just going to post it and then hit it.
You know how when I do hypnosis with you, back in the day, I would just come and you'd tell me where we were going. You'd ask me questions. Nowadays, because I have more experience with working with you, I hear things or feel things during the week, and then I come to you and tell you what I experienced. And we work based upon I'm co-creating with you. I'm giving you what happened during the week so we can pinpoint what to work on, or during the month or whatever. So it's the same thing here. If you decided for the next 7 days, I'm going to purposely post twice a day and perhaps do a short video as well, then we can look at them and go, okay, here's how we could tweak that. Here's how we could, because like I come to you with my experience of what I'm experiencing, and then you work with me in your specialty. Do the same thing. I did these posts and I got crickets, or I did these posts and people asked me, but I didn't know where to go with them, etc. I do these posts and I'm getting the same people commenting. How do I get new people? Those are the rock solid questions that come out of the experience of the work. When I come to you, it comes out of the experience. What happened since the last session? What did I feel? What did I experience? And I bring you the next thing for you to work on me.
And sometimes it pops up as we're working. So it's kind of a
Absolutely. So
combination.
same thing. Look at what happened tonight. You started asking me about the mumble and combining business, and then this happened at the end. It popped up, and we realized this is the area that you'd be best served in.
Yeah, you mind mechanic me.
Right?
Cool.
Because before we were talking in theory, and then we got into actual application, right? Activity and application. So it's the same thing. I could talk to you in theory about what I want, or I could talk to you about what's really happening. And I'm noticing I have resistance over here, or I notice I felt this when I visited with family, or I noticed that I watched this movie and it triggered me and I started crying, because those are all clues to whatever's sitting inside of me. So if you say, I made this post and this is what happened, I can look at the post and tell you what I would do with that. And it's the same thing. You know, if I go to the doctor and I go, fix me,
Yeah.
it doesn't
Yeah.
work. I go to the doctor and I specifically tell them I'm having this symptom, and this is when it seems to be acting up, and I documented it for a week so you can see what's going on. Now the doctor has something really to work with. Because
I got a
otherwise,
question.
yeah.
I was on in fact, I was on the call this morning,
Mhm.
and uh, Reels came up.
Yeah.
Can you do the same thing in Reels that you do just on a stationary post?
Absolutely. Here, you want me to show you?
Sure, love to. Thanks.
Show you. I'm just going to go over to uh, my Facebook page, because every day there's a post on my page. It's usually like business wisdomy type of stuff. Okay. Fine. You can talk about your ideas or you can demonstrate them. People follow demonstrators. Right? Got nothing. Let's see. I don't get a lot of action on my page
I don't think anybody does anymore.
unless you advertise. So here's one. Don't spend your time trying to teach the unwilling what they have no interest in learning. Instead, spend your time sorting to find the willing and then show them all they care to learn. Your business will feel completely different when you adopt this philosophy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up on my screen so I can kind of read it. And I'm going to make a video. This could be a TikTok or this could be a role, and you can, flip them back for it. So, okay, switch to my end. Oh, it's so slow, Ray. Are you still there?
I'm here.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to find this post. Oh, I don't want all of that. I want this. So slow. I feel like it's 2004 or something.
Right? Good old
So,
dial
yeah.
up.
Okay. Okay. So you can see me, right?
Yeah.
So this is something that I posted. Now I'm going to make a video, right? I'm going to try to put my camera here so I can read it at the same time. Are you in network marketing, affiliate marketing, or some other type of business where you're bringing people into the business and training them? If so, I want to give you some advice. Do not spend your time trying to teach the unwilling what they have no interest in learning. And how do you know if they're interested or not? By their actions. Instead, spend your time sorting to find the willing and then show them all they care to learn. Your business will feel completely different when you adopt this philosophy. When you move away from trying to convince and you move towards locating the people that want to go your way, things will change. Okay, so I just made that video.
Are you in network marketing, affiliate marketing, or
My
some
eyes are
other
probably
type of
weird because I was
business
trying to read at the
where
same
you're bringing
time.
people into the business and training them? If so,
And I can
wanna
add
give you some
music.
advice. Do not spend your time. Are you in network marketing, affiliate marketing, or some other type of business?
I have a question.
People
Hang on.
into the business and training them?
I'm trying to get this
If
stop.
so,
I
I
can't.
want to give you some advice.
Stop.
Are you in network marketing?
My internet is, oh, and I just posted it by accident, which I didn't want to.
What's going to happen when you get
Let me just see what happens with this. So all that was something I wrote, and I just spoke it.
Now, you didn't have a call to action on that, like a lot of your posts don't. What's the difference between what you're doing and I do?
I was trying to do this really fast.
Okay.
So I didn't say like and follow for more, or hit me up if I can help you with that or something. So
Okay.
I'm not going to put a call in every single post because then it starts to get awkward and it feels, you know, whatever. But you don't have any calls. You're not establishing yourself. You know, like the one with the client testimonial. I wouldn't have known you were a hypnotist if I read that. So
True.
you're assuming that people know, and you're assuming. I've been telling you this for forever. You can't assume that people understand what the subconscious mind is. You can't assume people know what hypnosis is. I told you, most people think hypnosis is somebody turns somebody into a chicken and they walk around on the stage, barking, because that's the only video. I mean, if you go on most of these platforms and you search for hypnosis, that's what you find. Sleep. You know, the guy puts a hand on the head and the person goes limp, and that's what.
Instant induction.
Right. So, in stage hypnosis. So you have to take people by the hand and you have to talk to them about what this is. Because if you don't, they either don't even know you're a hypnotist, or they don't know why it could be of value, or they don't know that hypnosis could help them with blank. How many times have you been asked, could hypnosis, that's how I talk to you. Could hypnosis help me with this thing I'm doing? And you said hypnosis can help you with most anything. I'm still doing this, guys. After all these years, he didn't fix that. He fixed a lot of other things. He didn't fix that, right? And I'm joking because he can't fix you. You have to be the co-participant. You have to do the work. But we have to let them know, what do we do? Who are we? What do we, what do we stand for? So I'm constantly, think about how often I post. People know what I do. And if somebody new doesn't, they're going to see new content in an hour that tells them what I do. Every third video goes, hi, my name's Diane Hoffman. I've been in the home business industry for 23 years, and I help people like you learn how to blank. Every third video says that. Third or fourth. When's the last time that you said, hi, my name's Ray Williams. I'm a certified hypnotist, and I help people with blank? Can't remember.
Can't remember.
What happens is we have this pain inside of us.
And I need to figure out where I want to live. I'm just going to be at home. Like, it's so comfy. You don't have to.
I'm on the live.
Oh, yeah, there's been a bad
I don't want to
meeting
be on
for
the
a long
live.
time. Then
How do we get out of that? Okay. I think I just posted that video. I don't see it uploading. So now I'm just paranoid that I'll figure it out. I don't think it was bad anyway, if it, whatever. The other day I did one that the music used the F word, and then I got embarrassed because I'm teaching a class right now. So then I hit it, but I liked it. It went bump, bump, bump. I didn't really give a, and I put a bleep over my mouth. I put a little sticker. I don't know if you saw it, but I was trying to figure out how to bleep the sound because I really liked the music, but and then I said, well, but I would say that. And then I said, yeah, but there's all these new people and they might be offended. And then I was like, I don't really care if they're offended. Then I said, yeah, but I don't want to embarrass my friend Angel. And then I said, but Angel knows who I am. And I had a whole conversation with myself. And then I hit it anyway because I'm a chicken. So there you go. It's 20 after 8.
On that.
Do you think you get special privileges or what?
Or what? I guess so. Thank you.
Okay, let me look at this video that I just posted by accident.
Okay.
Network marketing, affiliate marketing or some other type of business where you're
See, the
bringing
music's
people
not
into
right.
the business and training them? If so, I want to give you some advice. Do not spend your time trying to teach the unwilling what they have no interest in learning. And how do you know if you're interested or not? By their actions. Instead, spend your time to find the willing and then show them all they care about. The business feels different. It's possible. If you try
I can change the privacy on it. It's actually not other than my read and the music. I didn't adjust the music volume, but the content itself is good. But I'm gonna hide it so that I don't see it, so that the public can see it. And I might just redo that, right? The stuff for the past 15 years on Facebook and Twitter, and why not make them all into videos?
Sure. Well, this was a kick. Thank you. I mean, I got more than I expected.
That's good. I think the end part was where we got to nitty gritty. You know, we had circle for a little bit. It's always, always, always. If we're in the actual thing that you're doing, we're always going to get better juice out of it than if we're talking in theory or in the future. Always.
Yeah.
So, and I'm noticing some people, because I know this is being beamed into the All Access group, so people will see it. Some people are coming to something specific that they work on, and other people come to generalization. I'm going to work on whatever somebody wants to work on, because these sessions were given as gifts, and you can do with them as you see fit, all for everybody. But the more concrete and specific you can be. When I worked with my mentor, I always had very specific questions. Not that I'm your mentor, you know, we're friends. If I have access to somebody, whoever, well, I come to you with questions all the time. What about this, and how does this work? And I'll come to you constantly with specifics. So the more specific we can be based on actual action or actual experience, the better.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure, I agree.
Yeah, and that's why I'm always like documenting things, because if I'm going to sit with someone, if I can show, if I were going to a doctor, I'd have documentation of what's going on. If I were going to, in fact, when I was sick last year, I would always come in and tell them exactly what was happening, because they only see me for 15 minutes. They don't know what happened yesterday. They don't know that I walk across the parking lot, or they don't know that I'm having night sweats, or they don't know. They just know what I tell them. And if I forget to tell them, they can't help me as much. So it's the same in marketing. It's cool.
Very good point.
Do you feel fulfilled? Did we cover something?
I feel I feel with my hands, but yeah, this works.
We can sell anything we want to anybody we want, as long as we're comfortable in the fact that we're selling that thing. It's when we're not comfortable with selling something. And that's why I never try to push someone, because if somebody doesn't want to do it, they don't want to do it. There's nothing I can say that's going to convince them to want to do it, other than inspiring them perhaps, but I'm not going to motivate them, you know, with anything. I have people gone on to do incredible things with my methods. I have people that love to listen to them and have never done anything. And I have people that think they're stupid. I'm sure there's people that I know you've changed lives. I'm one of them, right? I'm sure there's other people that have come and had sessions and think you're incredibly awesome, but they haven't really made the change. And there's other people that think hypnosis is a joke. You're a quack. Quack, quack. Right, Don Imus? It is what it is. It is what it
Well,
is.
good.
But what I know is learning how to do a more effective post is easy to do. That you could do this week.
Well, and one nice thing about me and you, when you give me this stuff, I use it. So
yeah, for sure, for sure. So
going to
in the end, I want you to consider are you really not getting results on your list? And are you really not getting results from picking up clients? And is it that things changed, or is it really that I just illustrated to you that the posts could be improved? So I want you to let go of that story, because I could easily do that story. You know, when I started, my YouTube videos got 2,000 views. I'd go to bed and I'd wake up in the morning. Okay, but when's the last time I actually published a real YouTube video? When's the last time I tried to build the audience? When's the last time? No, it was just Easy Street then. And Easy Street is good, and Easy Street comes, Easy Street goes. So
Yeah.
we sit down and we go, okay, am I doing this thing? And when we do the thing, you know, when we do it consistently, we do it effectively, it works. It works.
Well, we're going to implement this.
Excellent. Because I think if you had more stories on your wall with or explanations of the subconscious mind, and you know, just applications like what hypnosis can be used for, I think that you'd have lots more people around.
You're probably right. Like, you're right. How's that?
Well, I mean, look at the one guy on TikTok that we both admire. He's just on all the time, so people are constantly hearing him. The one person that both admire on TikTok, guy lives in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very visible, and he talks about what he does. People ask him questions, and he answers them, and it makes them go, he knows what he's doing. And then he says, go buy my book and go buy my course. Or if you want to hire me, you can. See what he did? That's all he did. That's all he did. He doesn't have fancy marketing. He doesn't have a color palette. He doesn't dress up in suits. He wears pink eyeglasses. I don't know what's up with that. They're iconic.
Is that the
I
fellow up in
guess.
Stanford?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
About. People show up and they ask him questions. He has a topic. So he did the same thing. You can make a 3-minute video. I was working with someone today, and this thing came up, and this is something that comes up with people all the time, this concept of childhood trauma, where people, or like you talk about smoking, it has to be the person who wants to quit smoking that calls. It can't be, you can't fix other people. All of these topics, if you were actually talking about them on a regular basis and then doing some lives where people could engage with you, you could pull out Mr. Whiteboard. You could explain how the subconscious mind works. And then what would happen is you get to increase your fees and then sell them tapes or books or whatever else to sort the people and work with the ones that are ready to work. He's just visible. He ain't got nothing fancy. Nothing. He doesn't have anything fancy.
No, he doesn't.
No, he just speaks. And he
Thank
has
you.
no problem. Go watch him. He has no problem with a call to action. All right, I'm going to go wrap it up for the night. My roast beef was excellent. Cooked much faster than I expected, so good thing I was watching it. So I got
Save me a
it.
bite.
I got it like medium rare. I would have liked to pull it out a little earlier and let it, but it was real good. And I had mashed cauliflower with, I didn't have peas, so I had edamame in it, which is good.
Same, works the same way. Do you have time for a quick Zoom?
Yeah, I'll see you after. I just need to run to the restroom. Okay. For those of you that watched, this was good stuff. It took us a few minutes to get to it, and being clear about what we do, what we offer, and having some type of invitation or call to action is really important. So we will see you all on the next session. The next one is your live. So we'll talk to you later.